Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss the T-Mobile network, and there's really a lot of positives. And I know a lot of people think that the T-Mobile network is done, and it may be in some ways kind of in its peak form, at least for a while. I think there's something to be said about T-Mobile getting the most return out of their investments from the last several years. And some people are questioning how much reinvestment in terms of like CapEx they're putting back into the network. But I want to speak to some things that are really important. Currently, as it stands, you're going to be seeing, hearing, and the messaging from T-Mobile about their network, right? Best network in the United States. Look at what OpenSignal is telling us. Look at what Ookla is telling us. Best network, better than AT&T, better than Verizon. And all of that can be a bit subjective because of the location-based nature of how good a network actually is, right? Where you're standing, you move a few feet, you go across the street, you go down the street, you go to visit grandma, grandpa, things can change. But just holistically looking at the national perspective, right? T-Mobile's really pushing this, right? They're really going to be pushing this as their marketing. And one of the things that they're doing, they've already done the capacity building. They're actually adding more tower sites to the tune of thousands of new sites. They talked about, I think, doing like so far this year 1,000 new cell sites under construction, and there are thousands more that they're going to do. And you have the U.S. Cellular integration, right, which is going to happen. It's received the approval, the blessings of the powers that be that regulate those kind of transactions. So that's going to happen. They're going to have access to new towers. They're going to build new towers. They're going to upgrade existing towers, getting more spectrum assets, which means more bandwidth on air, which means more capacity. So coverage, capacity, and I think namely to be celebrated is the fact that you're getting new coverage. You're getting native coverage, and that's going to be game-changing. Now, one of the things and one of the tools that they're doing, besides the things I mentioned, listening to the earnings call yesterday, this quote from Mike Sievert, "We build sites where the AI tells us to." And then you think about that aspect. They're leveraging, obviously, a tool that is going to be invaluable for their network. And what they're seeing and what they're saying is the AI is telling them and recommending to them and suggesting to build additional tower sites, add capacity and coverage in smaller markets and rural America. So when I think about these things, it adds obviously an improved mobile experience for customers who go into these places, which some customers, they have not taken T-Mobile seriously there because they have not covered there well, right? They've been third or fourth for the large duration of their existence, typically having even less coverage than Sprint. But it looks like those things are being addressed as we speak. And this is why I say that the T-Mobile network, while we may say feels like it's kind of in its mature form and they haven't done much to the network, they're doing things with building in places where they haven't really kind of gone there yet. It's taken them some time. I have been critical of the coverage piece of their network since the merger. I think they have relied completely just on the integration of the Sprint sites, and they haven't built enough native to compete with AT&T and Verizon, but it looks like that's being addressed. So maybe not to my timeline or your timeline, but I think we can all respect the fact that they're making their network more akin to Verizon and AT&T. I mean, let's be honest, what's really the missing piece to make T-Mobile's network better, similar to, or comparable to AT&T and Verizon? It's the size of the network. It isn't the depth of the network. You go to metro areas, T-Mobile thrives, right? Even in suburbia, T-Mobile does a pretty good job. If it's not on par with the big two in terms of the networks, it's really close. And that's going to be changing. You have additional tower sites being constructed. T-Mobile, that's obviously going to be part of their CapEx. The AI is telling them to build it, and they can monetize the network. They'll take share in the small markets. They'll take share in the rural markets because customers want that optionality. And they're motivated to do it because it's not just mobile services now. It's mobile services, people cell service, but it's also 5G home internet potential. In rural America, people don't care about the technology. They care about the reliability. They care about the price. And very typically, those folks are loyal to services and companies that deliver. It doesn't matter to them about marketing. It doesn't matter. They want the service to work. So if it stays working and it's reliable and there's uptime and all those things, and the price is fair and it doesn't explode, balloon, those folks are going to stay with them. So there's a reason to go to these places to provide another competitor an option for folks that don't have it. And the AI is telling them to go there and build it. And I think one of the most telling things from the CEO, that's Mike Sievert, spoke to this. He said customers are coming to us for the fixed wireless access 5G home internet because of word of mouth. People are telling them, this is working for me. It's a great price. I'm enjoying it. It's excellent. Whatever the case may be. Good speeds, save money, and they're squeezing more of the network, so they're motivated to do it. It's an interesting network proposition. The double dip nature of building the network brings a return on invested capital that motivates them to build it. So don't sleep on T-Mobile in rural and small markets. They've got reason to be there, to build a network that's bigger, because they can get wireless services in the mobile sense, and they can get home internet services in the broadband sense. It's a really interesting moment for T-Mobile. Look forward to more additions to the network to make it larger and better. It's happening in front of our eyes. Exciting times. Be on the lookout for T-Mobile. It's happening, right? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next video.